Good morning, Periscope. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning, everybody. Looks like everybody's up and at it and already got their day started. Good stuff. Boy, Danetta, you always amaze me because I know the time difference for you. Hey, good morning, Latrice. Hey, I love it, love it, love it. Good morning, Kay. Good morning, Pastor Joy. Oh, wow, you guys are on it this morning, right? I love you guys too. It's Tuesday morning and I'm excited. I feel better. Yes, I'm feeling better, getting stronger and stronger every single day. So God is faithful. You all know, if you've been on my scope before, I only have one rule, and that is, of course, that you do a dash in your first name so that I can greet you properly. So, good morning, everybody. Yes, thank you so much. I am excited. Today's going to be a great day. Why? Because I said so. Absolutely. I'm going to feel even better than I felt in the past week. And Money Cometh calls are coming in. If you all were on some of my initial Periscopes, you know what a Money Cometh call is, right? I anticipate when my phone rings that means a check is on the way. So someone is hiring me for a project, a speaking engagement, a training, a teaching, something. So I'm anticipating and believing God for Money Cometh calls on today. So good morning. Hey, Mary. Glad to have you guys. Y'all see my little applesauce? I took my medication, so I'm definitely, like I said, got some strength and energy. And my applesauce, just kind of gives me a little extra inside of me, layer coat in my stomach, I guess I should say, so that my medicine doesn't make me feel worse. So anyway, well, good. We got, oh, good. You like my top? I'm a bling girl. You see, I'm on my little bling on my, on my top. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate it. Well, this morning, you guys, oh, thank you for the hearts. Already getting some love. This morning, I'm focused on a couple of upcoming. I've got two church leadership workshops before the end of the month, and so I was thinking I pretty much have about 5 workshops that I consistently do each time that I go out. Though I do custom workshops, but for the most part, I train leaders from the administrative side of leadership. And so, church is the only place or that I know of that you can be appointed to a major position without submitting a resume. Very few churches, when I go in and I do my consultation with the pastor and I ask, what is the process for selecting your leadership? It's typically based on faithfulness, loyalty, knowledge of the word, and all those things are important. But when it comes to managing your peers, you've got to have some skills. Can y'all say skills? Put skills in the comment box if you're in agreement with me. You have to have some management skills. It's so important. And so though I want to make sure, the dynamics, the people dynamics, my workshop that I teach is called Mastering OPP. Somebody put that in the comment box for me. Mastering OPP. The letter O as in over, the letter P is in Paul, letter P is in Paul. So Mastering OPP. And what that stands for is mastering other people's personalities. See, when leaders have an opportunity, I don't like to use the word challenge, but when leaders have the opportunity of managing difficult leaders, it's because they've not mastered personalities. A lot of people don't care for one another because it's a personality thing. They've not done anything to the other person. Nothing at all. They just don't care for their personality. But as a leader, you got to rise above that. You got to rise above that, and you have to master OPP, other people's personalities. So if you agree with that, give me some hearts and let me know. You all know that I give good content. I'm not going to waste your time. If this is something you think others would enjoy, if you're on an iPhone, I just want you to swipe on the bottom, and you can invite others to join our scope right now. And of course, my Android users, you all can just swipe upward, and you'll be given the option to invite people to the scope. So mastering OPP, other people's personalities. Even myself, I'm very passionate about church leadership, about leadership, period. I'm very passionate about excellence. And I went through a phase where I was misunderstood because of my passion. And so I had very low tolerance level for people that didn't share that same passion. But that didn't make me right. And so I had to realize as a leader that it was my responsibility to bring them up, but to connect with their hearts first, and then their minds will follow. So see, as leaders, we often, the untrained leader, the undeveloped leader, we go for the mind. We want you to do what we say. We want you to fall in line. We want you to get here on time. No, no, no. You have to go for people's hearts. When you connect with someone's heart, they'll do anything for you. Anything for you. Because they believe that you care. All right? So keep that in mind as you're training even your leaders. And today specifically, I wanted to talk about leading creative leaders. I need a scope scribe. You all know my scope scribe. I just need somebody to type in the box for me. I like to keep you all engaged in my scopes. So I need a scope scribe. I want you to type in managing creative leaders. 3 words. Managing creative leaders. Yeah. Thank you, Latrice. Managing a creative leader is a whole nother ball game. Who's a creative leader? Your creative people, your music people, your dance people, maybe even your bookstore people. You know, they are very productive and engaged when they're allowed to create. But when you put them in a meeting or give them administrative responsibilities, they do not typically excel. And so you have to understand their personality, of course, yes. But then you have to understand that they are creative. And so you have to come at them with a different angle. So, for instance, I got my little notes. You guys know that I believe in lists, and I'm a digital girl. I'm a tech girl. Hey, Freddie Grace, Pastor Freddie, good to have you on, sir. I'm a digital girl, but I still believe in good old-fashioned paper. It just works for me. So I put some notes together for you guys. So when you're meeting with your creative leaders, number one, and I've seen this and heard of this many times in the churches that I go in and consult, a lot of creative leaders don't want to have meetings. Because, again, they're just not administratively inclined. They're not administrative thinkers. And so to them, meetings are to pass out paychecks, to give a 1, 2, 3 directive, and that's it. And so, hey, that was just my alarm, you guys. That was not my phone. I remembered to put it on airplane mode. But so if you're going to have a creative leader in a meeting, you have to teach using creativity. It's really, really simple. So you might say, well, you know, how exactly do I do that? Number one, you have to have an agenda, and it should be a typed agenda that you hand out to everybody so that they can see where they're going. They just don't want to sit there and listen to you for 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes if they feel like you're taking them somewhere, that they don't want to go. And my pastor says it so well. If you're a leader that no one's following, you're just taking a long walk. So I don't want you to be in this meeting by yourself, even though you got bodies present. All right. If this is good to you, give me some hearts and let me know. But yes, thank you, my scope scribe, Latrice. Have a typed agenda that you hand out. And then also, you guys, I'm going to stretch you, but put time limits. You know, if the introduction to the meeting is supposed to be 1 minute, put 1 minute on the agenda. And then, you know, old business should be 2 minutes or 5 minutes or however long you want it to be, so that they know, okay, this is going to end. I know that sounds harsh and it sounds like you may be, babying them, but you've got to buy their trust that you're not going to waste their time. Look, they're saying tap the screen. Yeah, tap the screen if you want to give me some hearts. But put your time limits on your agenda. Now, I'm a little bit creative, but I'm definitely much more, I'm definitely walking a heavy gift of administration. And so, I'll sit in meetings all day because I love to strategize. But creative people don't like to do that. When I was working with a gospel artist and I was taking care of the travel and the bookings and all of that, when I dealt with our musicians, I literally put together a hosting information sheet for them, because I had to let them know in bullet points, this is what's expected, this is what you'll be paid, this is the lobby call time, this is what you should wear, and this is how you should conduct yourself in the service. Easy. They used to say that I was, extra, but we had great trips and they operated in excellence and we were always invited back. So take that to the bank. All right. So back to the meeting though. If you're going to do some sort of training in your meeting, and I think you should, you need to use tools that will keep your creative thinkers engaged. So some sort of handout, an icebreaker, absolutely. I want you to strategize. How can I keep them engaged so that they can get the message, get the point, and they feel like this meeting was worth their time? Because you can't just say, well, because I'm the lead, I'm the captain, they have to come to my meeting. Absolutely not, right? You do not want people to feel like that you are wasting their time. Can you guys see me? Somebody's saying they can only see my hands and mouth, but not my eyes. It may be the lighting. Sorry about that. Let me move my light just a little bit. Okay, is that better for you? You guys know I'm spoiling you guys. Okay, thank you, Latrice. I appreciate it. So yes, and then the other point, and then I'm going to be done because I know this isn't a 2-hour workshop, but make them interact. You have to help them develop into being, I don't want to say creative people aren't leaders, but you got to help them embrace their administrative gift. It's in there. Now, they may not, rise up and say that they want to be, the lead captain over, every meeting moving forward, but you do need to help them. I had a client, pastor one time that was speaking with me about a music leader, and they were paying him a really, really good salary, but he couldn't get the leader to step up and lead the music department. And see, a lot of that's just because they weren't developed as a leader. So help them embrace their gift, but understanding that there's an administrative side to it as well. So listen to Kay says she's replaying that for her leadership team. You are too sweet, sweetheart. So I hope that helped you guys. Let me recap. Have an agenda and include a timeline. I don't care if the meeting is for 15 minutes. I want an agenda. Welcome for 30 seconds, and then important announcement for 5 minutes, questions for 5 minutes, what is that, 6 minutes, and then, wrap up, whatever, 2 minutes, so that you get all 15 minutes are structured, and people know that you're not going to waste their time, all right? And then if you're dealing with creative people, you have to make sure that you engage them. And then the last point with creative people is make them interact. So icebreakers are good. Handouts are even better. A lot of pastors, I've seen this, and I think it's a great concept. For their midweek service, they actually pass out handouts. Yeah, they pass out handouts because a lot of people, they think, well, I come on Sundays to be preached to. But Bible study or word study or Bible lesson class is for me to be taught something. And so handouts work. Think about it. When we were in school, we would get handouts. It keeps us engaged. It challenges us to think. It makes us stay connected. You guys, with all this technology, people are no longer present. They're sitting there right there in front of you, and they're not even present because they're looking at their phone. They're looking at their smart device. They're texting. They're trying to go on Periscope and see what Scope Queen's doing. But you have to keep them engaged. And hey, don't be afraid to set rules. Tell them no technology in these meetings. But I'm telling you, you got to make it worth their while or they're going to be resentful. All right? So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this quick little church leadership training. As I said, I'm just working on a presentation. I've got a couple coming up before the end of the month. If you guys are enjoying Periscope, and I hope you are, of course, you can get my book. Go to scopequeen.com. If my scribe would put that on the screen for me, scopescribe.com. No, Lord have mercy, Scope Scribe. You can tell. Scopequeen.com. Sorry. ScopeQueen.com. You guys can get my Periscope book. As well as my website, thewearagency.com is where you can get my church leadership books. Oh, great. Latrice, please text me, email me, let me know that where you're going to be Friday, and maybe we can connect. Well, I may be traveling out of town myself, but anyway, definitely hit me up so that I know you're in town. Maybe we can connect. I'd like that. All right, you guys, any questions for me? Oh my God, you guys are being so kind with the hearts. Thank you. I got on Periscope last night and I was sharing, it's annoying to be on a scope with somebody and they're saying, give me hearts. You earn hearts. Hearts are given when you give great content, things that bless people. So I'm thanking you guys because you're showing me that the content blessed you. I'm about to go back to my studies and preparing for my upcoming trainings, and then I'm gonna do some Facebook ads. Let's see, how do you help the actual leader? You pray for them. You have to pray for them depending on what your role is. It may or may not be appropriate for you to help them. So but let's say that now if you're the pastor, the leader is under you, then you absolutely have to call them in and you have conversations like I just had with you all. Give them these 4 points. A lot of creative people, again, in school, they were honored and celebrated because of their creativity. And so they didn't put a lot of focus on, making really good grades in classes that didn't involve their creativity. I'm not saying all. I mean, I know a lot of creative people that are very, very smart and did very, very well in school. So don't misinterpret what I'm saying. But some people, all they're about is their craft. And they think at the end of the day, the whole worship experience should be centered around their craft. And that just can't be. Do you do one-on-ones with the pastor and co-pastor? Oh, absolutely. I do. If you go to my website again under private coaching, you'll see that I have one-on-one sessions. Hey, Pastor Freddie. But yes, because you have to... let me say it like this. A dentist thinks the most important thing on your body are your teeth. A heart surgeon thinks the most important thing on your body is your heart. A podiatrist thinks the most important thing on your body is your foot, right? So don't be alarmed that your creative leader thinks that their ministry is the most important aspect of the service. They're probably not going to be bold enough to say it's the most important, because they're going to say, oh yeah, of course, Pastor, the word, is my gifting, my area is right up under the word. Absolutely not. It takes all of the worship aspects to make the service. Now I could go into a whole nother teaching talking about how to have an excellent service, and I do that in one of my other workshops. Maybe we'll talk about that one day. But you have to develop leaders, not just train them. And that's what we do in church. We give people titles. I said it, if you're just getting on, you missed it. But let me share this again. That church is like, one of the only places I've ever encountered that we give people great big titles with a lot of responsibilities and no resume. And so that's why when they become leaders in church, they wreak havoc everywhere. A lot of them are power hungry, they're title driven. And so you have to develop them. And when you develop a leader, you teach them to lead with their heart. So when they get in people's hearts, then they'll capture people's minds. It's really, really simple. If you only train someone, you guys, they can only do that one job. But if you develop someone, they'll do any job. All right? Look at Latrice thinking the preacher in me is coming out. The preacher in me is not coming out this morning. The teacher in me is coming out this morning. But think about that, you guys. So, before you get upset over a rogue leader, and hey, we all have them. At my church, we are very structured. We have a countdown clock, and you have to honor that countdown clock. And if you don't, you will not touch that mic for a very long time. Because we're going to work on developing you. And so, she's saying sometimes no job descriptions is given or tools to learn. Let me say this though, Kyle. If you are a ministry leader and you have people that are on your team and you've asked them to serve in some sort of capacity, you owe it to them to give them a job description. It is your responsibility to lead. Come on, y'all. I want you all, somebody type in the comment box, lead, L-E-A-D, period. I want you to type L-E-A-D, period. Type a period, L-E-A-D, period. That's it, lead, period. That's it, step up and lead. Now you got me preaching. But you have to lead. And being a leader is not always easy. It requires you to have hard conversations. It requires you to sit your friends down. It requires you, oh, come on, y'all, help me now. It requires you to separate yourself. So, what if the pastor does not give you a job description? That's easy. Write your own job description and then submit it to your pastor and say, Pastor, it is my heart's earnest desire and to serve in excellence. Here's what I believe my responsibilities are. Here's my job description. Would you look at this for me and tell me if I am on target? See, you can't approach your leader with a haughty spirit or with a takeover spirit. No, you want to help. So, it's not that your pastor may not know that you need a job description. They may have other priorities. You don't know what's going on. I work in counsel with a lot of pastors, so there's a lot of things, a lot of priorities that you may not be made aware of, okay? So that's fine, but you want to lead in excellence. So put your own job description together. Say, Pastor, here, I'm blessed to be a blessing. Here we go. Absolutely. Creating your own organization and structure for your department. See, that's why you're a leader. Come on, y'all, give it to me again. Lead, period. Lead, period. Yeah, that's good. Leadership without relationships inspires rebellion. It does, absolutely. Yeah, come on, lead, period. You just got to step up and you have to lead. Success comes to those who show up to win. You cannot be a leader and not hold meetings because your church, your pastor, who's over your director of ministries didn't say to you that you guys have to meet every single month. No, you have to know that you have to take the initiative. No train can lead without a conductor. Your pastor has assigned you to be the conductor. So drive that train, all right? See, now y'all got me preaching this morning. I did not come for all of that this morning, but you can tell my passion when it comes to leadership. She said, I need you to scope during service time so I can put on the screen. That is so funny. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I'm feeling better. Thank you. I'm feeling so much better. So I hope that blessed you guys. Any more questions? I love working with with leaders. That's why I did the book Periscope with a purpose. I want my pastors and my leaders to understand that Periscope is a viable tool. It's a viable ministry tool. Membership retention is one of the biggest opportunities that we have in church. It makes no sense that you only engage with your members one day a week. Not when you know where they're at all during the week. They're on social media. Yeah. So listen, you guys, this is Coach Robin. Look, Latrice made me pull out my coach app, but I am. If you go to robinmware.com, somebody, my scope scribe, put that up for me, robinmware.com. You'll see some of my coaching stuff. Oh, we got a first-time viewer. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being on my scope this morning. I'll do another one later today if I can. I've got a lot going on today. But there's my personal website, robinmware.com. That's with all my coaching and all that good stuff. And the wearagency.com is my website for churches. Oh my God, my first time viewers, I love it. You guys, the only rule I have is that you do a dash in your first name so that I can properly greet you. Oh, I'm glad Latrice. Oh, Latrice. Oh yeah, she invited some viewers. Thank you so much. Latrice, what is the warranty.com? I can't wait to learn what that is. The warranty.com. There's Paula Caldwell. Is that Born? I hope it is. Hope I said your name right. Welcome. Glad to have you guys on my scope this morning. Hey, Stephanie's on. You guys, there's always a nutcase that gets on Periscope, so I had to block that person there. Hey, Joanna from Mississippi. She is on. You see I blocked him? Absolutely. That's how you do that, you guys. Oh, she said a mistake. I love it. Yeah, honey, I will implement the block ministry. Y'all want to talk about that? How we need to block some leaders? Woo! My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Oh, there's, is it Ty? Ty or Tay from Boston? Glad to have you on. Yeah, hopefully you're not a leader that needs to be blocked. But oh, honey, if you know those leaders that need to be blocked. It's funny, I have a really good girlfriend in church, and we always, oh, wonderful, Bahamas in the house. We always talk about that someone is assigned to us. We'll say, girl, that's your project. All right? So sometimes, oh, hey, Whitney, I'm glad to have you on my Periscope this morning. Sometimes there are leaders that mean well, but they're just not ready for leadership. And if they're not ready for leadership, that means, you know, it means that their development period is going to be extended, right? And so now I'm speaking as if you're the pastor, okay? So I don't want anybody to go rogue, but if you're the pastor and you've identified someone that they have leadership potential, but they are not ready for leadership. And so you may want to assign them with someone to have a mentor, somebody that you recognize that is sold out to the vision. You know, you are the visionary who establishes the vision. Now, there could be lots of visions that need to be had in your church. That's fine. But the visionary sets the priorities of the vision. And so even though there may be, you know, I've heard it taught one time like this. We might need lights out in the parking lot, and we might need potholes filled. But if the sound isn't working inside, then the vision for that moment is, the priority is to get the sound fixed. Because if your people can't hear, right, the whole reason they're there is to hear a word. So we as leaders, if we're developed, we know how to communicate to those leaders that aren't developed how to support the vision of the house. And it's not idolatry. Oh, girl, because Pastor said so, and we love Pastor. Absolutely not. No, it is because we are an obedient church. We're obedient leaders. We are submitted and sold out to the call of this house. And so all things work together. Not just the key leaders, all things work together. And so we as leaders are called to work together. And so we have to, those of us that are more mature in leadership, we have to help those that are coming up. You know, well, where does the money go, and why do we have to contribute, and da 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 da. Well, you know what? When you don't understand, then you should listen. You should talk less and listen more. When you don't understand, you should talk less and listen more. Give me some hearts if that blessed you. Yeah, talk less and listen more. You'll be surprised what the Holy Spirit will reveal to you if you just stop talking. All right? You guys are too funny. You got me going and going and going. But, the quickest way before you lead, you need to learn how to serve. Absolutely. The quickest way to lead is to serve first. So keep that in mind. Sometimes we have to be seen and not heard. So there also had to be a climate where the upcoming leaders feel as though they're valued. Absolutely. But I'm not here to make people feel good. I'm here to make them good. And sometimes they won't feel good in that process, but that's a part of the growing process. I'm healing right now. I don't feel good, but I know that pain, oh, come on now. My pain is an indication. My elder Bishop Murphy used to say this all the time, but pain is an indication, right, that weakness is leaving my body. And so as that weakness leaves my body, I'm getting stronger. And so you'll have leaders that you will have to make them feel uncomfortable. Come on, y'all. This is good, right? This is good. Yes. Pain should not be the climate of an organization. I'm not saying that at all. I've never said that one time. If pain is your climate, then you got other issues in your church. All right? And that's going to require more than leadership development, right? Because nobody should be subjected to pain. That's our God is a God of love. He's never, as many crazy things that I've done, he's never once beat me over the head. He's never once hit me. Nothing. So I don't expect man to do that. Somebody said, I don't know how you started playing on my phone. I just heard sound coming from Periscope. Well, I hope it blesses you, sweetheart. But yeah, so remember that. I hope you guys are enjoying this. But, let me show you one of my favorite books. This is how serious leadership is to me. I get books. I'm an Amazon fanatic. Inspired and Unstoppable. Now, this has nothing to do with church or religion, but wildly succeeding in your life's work. That's what I want to do. I want to experience wild success as a leader. So I am willing to go through the crushing process. Now, my preacher's on the line. I know you all know what I'm talking about when I talk about going through the crushing process, because it's when you get crushed, that the oil comes forth. Come on, y'all. It's when you get crushed that the oil comes forth. And we all know that we need the oil in our lives, right? We need the oil in our lives. Can you guys see it? All right. Good. All right. Any more questions? You guys are not going to have me on here all morning. I thank you guys so much, though, for being on with me. We have had a great time scoping this morning about church leadership. I initially started out just by talking about how to lead creative leaders. That was my intention. Just wanted to be a blessing. And look, the Lord took us a total another direction, but I pray that it has blessed you. Thank you guys for the hearts. If you all aren't familiar with how the hearts work, all you do is tap the right-hand corner of your screen, and it just lets me know that you all were blessed by the information. You guys, thank you so much. This is wonderful. I'm I am going to try to get a set schedule with getting on Periscope. Again, getting sick kind of threw me off. You know, last week really was going to be my first official week of really doing some consistent scopes. But as I heal and get better, I just have to get on here when I have the strength. So I thank you guys for being flexible and accommodating your girl. I appreciate you guys. Oh, you guys are wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be back on later today. She said, where can your book be found? My Periscope book is scopequeen.com. Scopequeen.com. Yes. Thank you so much. Scopequeen.com. You see that fan is working. I tell you, you know that. Thank you, Pastor Graves. Hey, Shay. Thank you. I'm glad to see you on. Oh, thank you so much for buying that book. Oh, also, you guys, any entrepreneurs on how to make your inbox your cash box? Talked a little bit about this yesterday, but this is the book that I put together that teaches entrepreneurs how I use social media and technology to build a six-figure business. And so my goal in this season is to not only have a six-figure business, but to have a six-figure business, multiple streams of six-figure streams. Does that make sense? So I have about 9 income streams. I want all 9 to be 6 figures. Come on, y'all. Yeah, I want all 9. So they're just some basics that you should know. And I put them in this book, How to Make Your Inbox Your Cash Box. Isn't that great? Because, you know, when I get up in the morning, after I pray, I go to my email and I see what kind of money I've made. That's right. Because I've set up myself with automation so that last week, in fact, got sick, wasn't planning on being sick. I was out for 4 or 5 days. I still made money last week because my systems are automated. So my book, How to Make Your Inbox Your Cash Box, teaches you some of those systems. So you can get that on robinandware.com. But say this with me. Somebody, my Scope Scribe, put this out there. It is $50. 50. There was a lot of crushing for the oil to come forth, for this book to exist. So I do not make excuses nor apologize for making my workbook $50. It's all about what you make a priority for your life. So if you want to do like me, you know, I've been an entrepreneur for 14 years. Took me 6 years to figure out kind of what I was doing. You all could spend $50 and save yourself a whole lot of heartache. All right? So you have to be willing to make the investment in yourself, though, all right? So that's on my website, robinandware.com. Thank you, Latrice. You guys are awesome, awesome, awesome. And go to my website. You can sign up to get my join my email list and get a free download while you're at it. All my pastors, in particular, if you go to thewareagency.com, you'll get a great teaching, 10 easy strategies to grow your church. And my entrepreneurs, if you go to robinandware.com, you'll get some marketing teaching that's really good. So you guys, thank you. If there's no more questions, we will get ready to end this scope. Marcia speaking to Latrice. Hey, lady, good to see you on. Awesome sauce, awesome sauce. All right. Be blessed, you guys. Bye-bye.